To cybersecurity attorney Leeza Garber on the fallout from all of this. Leeza, now our Aisha Hasni is reporting that senators are being flooded with threatening calls over a potential crackdown. What do you make of that?
Edward, great to be here with you. And it's not a surprise that they're getting threats because we have 170 million excited American users on TikTok, thousands of businesses as well, and thousands of employees based in the United States. We have to remember that even if the Senate does pass this and it goes through to President Biden for him to sign, there are still going to be legal challenges posed by TikTok and others too. So this is really going to be a bureaucratic process. And that's the same that we've seen with attempted bans of TikTok and different content and moderation processes for social media in general throughout the United States. So it's not going to be a fast process.
Right. No. And have you heard of TikTok at all turning its influencers maybe against lawmakers, say in the House, who voted for this sale or ban?
Yes, TikTok has launched an aggressive social media campaign to promote trying to get people out and writing to their senators, writing to their congresspeople to demand that the ban does not go through. But the problem here is twofold, right? Because generally, TikTok is beholden to Chinese leaders, to the Chinese Communist Party. But in addition to that, and the potential for private data to go into malicious actors' hands, it's also the fact that we don't know exactly who controls the algorithm for what Americans see. And then we have problems with misinformation, disinformation, and potentially malicious propaganda too.
Yeah, and going to that algorithm, so doesn't it show then, if they can turn this against lawmakers, how you can weaponize a social media platform like TikTok and quickly?
We've seen weaponization of social media platforms, including X and Facebook and Instagram before. We've seen it for a decade now. And that's really at the heart of this concern, too. It's not just TikTok, although TikTok has multiple layers of problems. It's all of the social media platforms right now because we don't have the right privacy programs and laws in place. We're only now starting to see proposals for federal bans affecting data privacy in the United States for all Americans. And that's really what we need to see moving forward. I'm
curious, do you have a TikTok account?
I do not.
Yeah, I don't either. That's one of the things, the difference, your concern over TikTok and Instagram, which is now owned by Facebook and faces its own privacy concerns. I'm curious about what you think about that. When you look into TikTok, do you have to look at Instagram?
You have to look at all of them. TikTok does have the China problem, but honestly, many of these social media platforms are selling data to data brokers, which put together billions of data points on Americans and other citizens of the world and sell them for commercial use, but potentially for espionage use as well. And I know I can sound like I have a tinfoil hat on, but we really don't have the right strong protections in the United States like the EU does right now for data privacy. And we need to. Data privacy is just like oil, right? It's like currency. It's extremely valuable, and we're not protecting it right in the United States now.
Plus, if you look at the TikTok user agreement, it allows them access to the entire phone. So that's emails, text messages, contacts, and you don't really know what the Chinese government, with access to this, is doing with that data.
You're exactly right, Edward. And even to go one step further, it's also biometrics, right? It's our face, it's our voice, it's potentially how we move as well. We are giving that data up. And it's certainly a great business model. It's very addicting. It's fun to use, or so I've heard. But it's problematic with how much data we are freely giving up to use it.
Leeza Garber, this debate will continue. Thank you for your insight. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So it's not just Republicans slamming the Biden administration over the border.